And then we realized that that can be done right from an early age. So we thought, okay, let's start something that we can use to pass on these relevant skills to children at an early age. So we thought taking the platform of literacy would be very, very useful in that regard. So we thought of starting the spelling bee and the young orators competition. The two competitions have international affiliations. In Nigeria, we hold exclusively the Intercontinental Spelling Bee competition in Dubai. We also hold the Global Read and Spell competition that goes from countries to countries. It will be happening again in Dubai this year, and it will be happening in Singapore next year. And we have an affiliation with Scripps National Spelling Bee in the US. And hopefully from next season, Nigerian spellers will be competing at the National Spelling Bee in the US.
The annual National Spelling Bee competition, sponsored by top Nigerian brands such as Learn Africa PLC, has become a melting ground for young intellectuals from diverse backgrounds from all over the country. Since its inception in 2014, the National Spelling Bee cuts across the length and breadth of Nigeria and has largely contributed to developing education and impacting the Nigerian child, with national champions emerging to go on international trips and eventually making Nigeria proud as they demystify Asians and Indians who usually dominate the spelling bee world space. This year's annual competition and national final, held at number 36 Isaac John Street, Ikeja, Jare, featured top quality spellers from schools across the country. In attendance were students from Eternal King School, Tender Vine School, Rockford International School, Divine Grace School, Success Grabbers College, Honesty International School, Deeper Life High School, Trailblazers Group of School, Intimacy with Christ International School, and others. It was a fun-filled experience as the team lead, Akinleye Olu Phillips, in his welcome address, stressed that the event was a milestone despite all odds and ended with the phrase, "May the best speller win."
We have been on the waiting list for the scripts in the last 8 years, and it gives us so much pleasure to inform everyone that from next year, 3 spellers from this stage will be competing at the global level at the United States of America. Why the spelling bee? A lot of people look at the spelling bee as a spelling contest, but it actually goes way beyond that. The spelling bee started in 1925 in the United States of America, and that's where the phrase was coined from. And why the bee? What is it about the bee? If you look at the arrangement of the hall this morning, you will see all the spellers facing every one of us seated in the hall. It's for a purpose. What we're trying to do is to build composure, confidence at an early age. Also, when the spellers start spelling and they are giving their words, they are expected to ask relevant questions, which we call the lifelines. What does that do? It makes them think about what they have been asked to spell. We're trying to raise a generation that will not assume that they know things. When you're giving a word, you should never assume you already know because you've been asked to spell. You must ask relevant questions that will now guide you to knowing that word. Do you know that if we start at this age and at this level to start teaching our children to ask questions, do you know what it will build in them in their older years? It creates an inquisitive mind. It creates a mind that is very thorough. It creates a people that checks things thoroughly before they even start projects. One of the reasons why we're having a lot of challenge growing our nation is that we have a lot of leaders who do not think through processes before they even begin it. But at this age, we want them to think through, ask relevant questions, know exactly what you've been asked to spell, then you start spelling.
Amongst the winners, Ojochenemi Solomon, national champion, junior category from Intimacy with Christ International School, senior category first place, Agbo Divine Capable from Intimacy with Christ International School, senior category second place, David Kate Ene, Intimacy with Christ International School. Flip TV at the event spoke to some of the winners and event organizers.
My name is Ojochenemi Solomon, and I'm the national champion for the junior category. I want to thank God and my coach, my parents, my classmates, my friends, everyone who supported me. It was fun-filled and educative. We went to places like Learn Africa, the Indomitables. We experienced new things, we learned new things. We learned about book publishing. Our apartment is such a nice one. I really thank the spelling bee because I really enjoyed it. Thank you. My advice is that they should keep trying. They should never give up in anything you are doing. Never give up. Ojo Chenemi Solomon. Ojo Tumale. Thank you.
My name is David Kate and I'm from Intimacy with Christ International School. Alright, my take on spelling bee is that it's a very fantastic competition that gives us opportunity to travel around the world. It gives us opportunity to be strong in vocabulary. It gives us so many opportunities. Like me, I've been in this area for some time now, and I think I've learned a lot. It helps me in class. It helps me to be bold and courageous. It gives me an edge over other students in my school. So I think I recommend spelling bee to many students in Nigeria. My plan, when I grow up, I think I want to take over. I want to do something better than this. I want to give children the opportunities to also travel around the world. I want them to also be bold and courageous like I have been since I started spelling. Well, they should never give up because each time you fail, it doesn't mean you're not a winner. It just means that you need to work hard more on what you're doing. So don't give up. There's always another chance.
My name is Agbo Divine Capable from Intimacy with Christ International School. I'm so excited to win this competition. I really want to thank my coach and my parents for their endless support. I also want to thank God Almighty for giving me this opportunity to be here today. Spelling bee is like a hobby to me. I love spelling so much. My advice to other contestants is that they should study hard, they should practice harder, they should never give up. When they fail a competition, they should try again later, and by God's grace, they'll be a champion like me too. My plan on education system, I want to be an attorney in future. My name is Agbo Divine Capable.
Okay, my name is Akile Phillips. I'm the team lead at Pitt Phillips Foundation. Yeah, what spurred me on doing this year in, year out is so that we can see a better Nigeria. I'm just too passionate about this country, and anything that's going to get Nigeria right, I'll do my own little bit. And I believe this is one of my own little contribution to getting it right for this nation. So that's just the motivation for me. This is the 9th edition of the Spelling Bee. Interestingly, it helps to build a total being by improving their critical reasoning skills. It also helps them develop poise and composure, and most importantly, encourages reading, because if you are a reader, you will be a great speller, and if you are a great reader, you will also be someone that's got depth that can contribute meaningfully to development in any nation you find yourself. Both programs that we run at the Pitt Phillips Foundation are both literacy programs, which many times we believe one of the challenges facing our country is communication and leadership. And at Pitt Phillips Foundation, what we are focused on is leadership and communication. And both programs, the literacy program, which is the young orators, and the spelling bee program, they are both linked in the sense that they take children on the stage, they put them on the stage, and when we start doing that, we start building the charisma, the ability to motivate as you speak, the ability to inspire as you speak. Like we always say, that you were able to make it to the stage, you're a winner already. We do not encourage the fact that someone has lost or someone has won. We believe everyone is a winner. We're trying to teach the children at an early age that regardless of where you find yourself, the fact that you are able to participate, the fact that you're able to stand your own, you have done something. We are constantly failing forward. And as for the winners, never rest on your horse that you have won this competition, that you are the best. No, because interestingly, the winners of Nigeria will be going to Dubai to compete at the Intercontinental Spelling Bee competition. That is at the global stage. So that you have won here does not really make you the best that you might be in your category. You still need to do more, you need to read more, you need to study more, and you need to get ready for the international stage. My name is Akinle Phillips, the team lead at Pitt Phillips Foundation, organizers of the Spelling Bee Nigeria and the young orators. Meanwhile, let me quickly tell you, we hold the franchise to 3 spelling competition, global competition in Nigeria exclusively. Number 1, we are the holder of the Intercontinental Spelling Bee competition in Dubai. We also hold the franchise for the Global Read and Spell competition that moves from country to country every year. It's going to happen in December in Dubai this year. Next year it's going to be in Singapore. And we also hold the affiliation right to the Scripps National Spelling Bee of the USA. And God willing, from next season, Nigerian spellers will be participating at the Scripps National Spelling Bee competition.